lot of people have this attitude that, like with sampling, etc., and I've even been guilty of it too, is where you kind of go like, okay, I'm not going to sit and screw around with the snare drum. It may not sound the best, but I'll put a sample on it in the mix and everything will work out good. Whereas in this approach, what we did is like, we tried to match the drums every time we did a take. We spent time to make sure all the sounds were great. And actually getting the drum sound in the first place took quite a while, a lot longer than I usually do. But the results have been great. Like the other night I took home a tape and it was like there was no echo, no samples or anything, and it was a great drum sound. And that's the kind of stuff that, like, the approach to this album has been different for me too.
Hey, he's helped a lot with sounds as far as getting a overall kind of powerful sound. You've always, me and Lars have always done most of the stuff, so as you can tell on Justice, you can, like Bob said, you can tell who mixed it, who was there for the mix. You know, it's all guitar and all drums. So we're going to try and get the other two guys in here this time.
Was I reading where you, there was parts of the studio that you had reconstructed, or you?
Yeah, well, see over there, if you can see over there, that's James's guitar booth over there, and that's not up when we were doing the drums, but all along the walls up here, we brought in all these big, great sheets of plywood and stuff like that to really try and like liven up the room. We took down all the stuff that was hanging up in the ceiling, these kind of foamy things.
Oh, yeah?
And just, you know, I mean, a lot of the plywood stuff is down now, but we had it all the way from over where that carpet starts all the way up here, and it just gave an incredible ambience in the room. You can see they're like mics
all
the way up there. They're mics there. All those are drum mics, which are just to get like that really, you know, you have all the stuff closed mic here, and then you have all the mics in the back of the room and stuff that pick up on the ambience. You get that huge drum sound.
A lot of bands will kind of like, you know, do the same thing over and over, and when Metallica tell me they want to get melodic and they want to, you know, they want to simplify and they want to, you know, strengthen these certain things, I thought, well, here's these guys that have struggled for such a long time to get to someplace, and now that they're there, you know, it would be so easy for them to just take what they've had a little bit further and put it out, and I'm sure that they could sell another 5 million records and everything would be fine. But no, they're going to take a chance. And I find that, but when I work with artists, people that like to do that, that's what I want to do.
And I understand you got a chance to talk to Brian May down in Long Beach?
Yeah.
What do you say
about it? For the first time down on the Queen Mary. It's really cool. He's taller than me. He's a tall guy. He dug it. He said they had to go and remaster. I guess they're putting out all, you know, all the old Queen catalog on this new label, and he said they had to go back and redo it because ours sounded too good.
I just think it's really funny that we can win a Grammy. It's like we go in the studio and we record this thing in about a half hour, give or take a day or two, you know what I mean? And it's a cover song from like 12, you know, 15, 18 years ago. What, 73, it's about almost 20 years old. And it comes out on an electric compilation album, and it's like we win a Grammy for it over like fully fledged, you know, albums by, you know, Judas Priest and Megadeth and Anthrax and stuff, which is kind of funny. So I think, no disrespect to the Academy, but it's like Jethro Tull winning that Grammy that first year probably makes us a shoo-in for like, you know, the next 5 years.
But is that kind of stuff important to the band? Like, you know, to win awards, you know, and pick up awards like that?
It's important.
To you guys personally?
Important, no. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said that it's not something that's obviously an honor and it's like cool, but important in the way that make or break, absolutely not. But I mean, obviously it's cool when somebody sits there and acknowledges what you're doing.
has always been like the acid test for a lot of bands, things like that. So are we going to see that trend? Like, are people waiting to see what this is to grab a hold of it, and maybe their whole outlook's going to change, or what?
What do you mean?
basically, I guess what I'm getting at, and I don't know what I mean, but I guess you guys were almost like like leaders and more like a litmus test for other things, and people follow what Metallica does really closely, and you guys almost set the way in a lot of regards. And if you don't know what I mean by that, we'll skip the question. We'll go on to something else.
No, I can talk about that for a half hour.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, the bottom line is that I think if you sit there and, obviously we've had a lot of very positive, critical acclaim, and stuff like that, and a lot of people obviously always watching us, but I think we have this ability to shut that out when we sit down and write and stuff like that. We never really, I don't know, for some reason we're able to not worry about the fact that everybody's like looking at us because, and just sort of, now we want to do this, and we don't really worry about, well, what's so-and-so going to think, and, this group of people, and that group. I mean, I think once you start worrying about all that stuff, then you're just going to start, running around in circles, and it's like a never-ending thing where you just always, if you're always trying to please somebody, I mean, we just please ourselves, and that's worked so far for the last 10 years.
It's more positive this time around. It's it's heavy, but it's not the death doom kind of negative kind of thing we had going on the Justice. Justice was more kind of complaining about things. I think this one's kind of accenting the good stuff, mainly about America, how, life is here. Don't tread on me, kind of a not really pro-America, but just how, I mean, it's kind of untimely with the war and all that, we had this kind of idea before that, and now, there's going to be a couple bands writing about the war, social topic shit, which is, it's pretty popular now.
Can we hear some stuff?
How much money you got with you?
Yeah. Well, we could chip in. I don't know. You got anything like up?
Well, gee, there's Randy.
We never rehearsed this.
This is Randy Staub.
He's from
another
Toronto.
Canadian. Yeah.
From Toronto.
I'm actually like outnumbered by Canadians right now, 3-1.
All right. Did you own a Metallica t-shirt before the project?
Metallica silk shirts. Yeah. Mandatory studio wear.
Phone Brockham. So, what is this track we're gonna kind of listen to if we can?
Gee, I don't know, what is it?
What is it?
It's a Sandman. Enter Sandman.
Enter Sandman?
The mouth of Staub.
No vocal on it yet.
No?
How heavy?
I'll sing it for you. See how heavy it is?
And of course, it's not mixed. So people at home and it's coming here, there's no vocals. There's nothing here.
You can hear there's nothing. 1, 2, 10.
They've mellowed out quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm almost falling asleep. But no, I can see what you mean. They've all slowed it down a bit and let you stretch out a bit. Is this what we talked about earlier?
Well, as you can hear, the drums just kind of...
Your feet aren't moving as much on the bass.
Yeah, and the drums are just kind of more getting a kind of a groove thing going and not being so busy. And, it's something I really wanted to do from the beginning with all the songwriting and stuff like that, and I think it's just come together really well. The guitars speak, do all the talking, and the drums just kind of hang in the background and keep the time and stuff, and I'm really happy about that.
So, Bob, we want to give you this to wear here in the studio while you're surrounded by these guys.
Really?
It's a Much Music t-shirt.
Thank you.
And
thanks very much.
It's even a long sleeve one because, you might get cold.
Yeah.
And so there you go. You can wear that.
Cool.
Or you can give it away, one or the other.
I'll wear it.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
So should we wrap this up with something, or just we got enough stuff?
Take a request.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a request?
A request? A video request. All right,
Kingdom
so
Come. And now let's have a few examples of Bob's fine previous work.
Now, come
The
on.
electric voice, I like that.
yeah,
electric
okay,
voice.
okay, that's good.
Hips and tips and lips.
All lips and hips.
Yeah.
All lips and hips, sure.
And what do you want to see?
What do I want to see?
Yeah.
Play something I like then.
Play something you like?
We want me saxon videos.
How about, is there any old Deep
Fall-
Purple?